What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome back to another episode of the FC25 Tenerife Career Mode. Before we do get into this video, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification button because most of 80% of you that watch these videos are not doing those things. So if you can do so, it'd be much appreciated and it is completely free. Also, we start off today with a message from Aaron Martin mentioning that he wants to get his contract renewed. He's played one game this season, so I think if I'm going to renew his contract, it will be a loan deal to be able to kind of secure next season because he's still only 20 years old. So maybe something that we're exploring, but not something on the criteria at this moment in time. We start off with a simulation game with a 2-1 victory over Sevilla with Mikic and Marcel Ruiz getting on the score sheet there to be able to get all 3 points against Sevilla. Happy with that one because they're a tough side to play against. I think the last simulation we had was a 2-2 draw in the Copa de España. And with them results, we do also have a few players in the team of the week. A lot of players, shall we say, 5 in total, a whole back 4 and the goalkeeper, and Marcel Ruiz there, so actually 6, sorry, my bad. Yeah, really good to see as many players in that team of the week there, as you can see, so nice to see a lot of players representing our club, Tenerife. Into European action now as we face Braga in the second leg of the Europa League round of 16. Looking forward to this one. We've pretty much got the job done, you would say, with a goal advantage, but still a lot to do in some regard. Was a tough game against them previously, so let's see what we can do in this particular tie. Malagon in goal as normal, as you can see, Palacia and Spiliers as your 2 centre-backs. Cancelo, Melo, Cameron, Rig, Sarr, Liso, Pereira and Sanhaji as the lone striker. Slightly weaker side to what we first fielded in the first leg, but this is what we're working with at this moment in time, and I still believe that this team can get the job done without a shadow of a doubt. It's a very strong side, and I reckon like Sanhaji as well, that have got goals over the course of time, definitely can kind of prove their worth in this particular tie. Ismail Assar looking to find an inroad here as Dylan Pereira finds Yanis Sanhaji here. Sanhaji bursting forward there, as you can see, the rain humbling down onto the pitch, and you see it's a very wet pitch at the same time, so not really good for the ball movement, and that's a super save from the keeper in the first 5 minutes or so. So a great bit of action in the first 5 minutes as we look to test the keeper and look to be able to see if we can retrieve the ball up the field there, but not to be doing it, unfortunately, as Braga play it out from the back, and they do very well at doing so there. Horta on the ball now for Braga as he strides forward, finding Bruma on the left hand side. Bruma now with a decent touch there, trying to see if he can get past Melo, but he does so strong in the tackle. I just don't know how this man's retiring. He's still at his A game, and he's just unfortunately hanging up the boots this season. 9 minutes into the tie, Braga look to see if they can have their first attack of the tie, and it's a great effort in fairness, but not to be on that occasion, and definitely not troubling Malagon any time soon. Looking to go on their counter-attack our sort of selves there, but Adrian Liso stopped in his tracks just above the halfway line, as Mendes on the right hand side now striding forward for Braga as he looks to see if he can get a ball into the area as he beats Palacio there. A ball into the area is a decent effort, but a nice block from Spiliers, and it is going to be a corner kick for Braga. They look to see if they can favour the short corner, and they do exactly that. Bruma retrieving it on the short there, as you can see, it's Horta. It goes back to Bruma. 1-2's being flying around. A lovely kind of shimmy from Bruma, finding his teammate in the middle as they look to try and see if they can get a shot off potentially. Alquazani on the ball. He finds his teammate once again. It's a lovely bit of movement here, as you can see. Bruma with a chance. Back to Zamakicha. Lovely effort, and that's a super save from Malagon. It falls out to Cancelo, and we get rid of that one as we look to be able to see if we can stem sort of an attacker ourselves as Adrian Liso gets it onto Rob Cameron. Cameron not with too many minutes, but can he prove his worth in this tie as he's still young and he's going up on the ratings. Yanis Sanhaji now finding Ismail Assar on the right hand side. Sarr cutting in on the left. He finds his teammate Yanis Sanhaji. It's a great ball, and what a bit of movement that is. Tenerife 1, Braga 0. I'm not really one to praise Sarr on many occasions, but that's a lovely ball into the area, and the finish is sublime by Yanis Sanhaji. And surely now with a 2-goal advantage against the Portuguese side Braga, you could only think that we have our hand into the next round of the Europa League, which would be the last 8. Really interesting to see, but we're progressing really well, and it seems to be that we're on track to do so there. Sanhaji not even hesitating to take a touch. He hits it on the volley, and he does so well in that position to get his goal, and we are leading 1-0 and 3-1 on aggregate. 31 minutes into the game. Braga have had a few chances, but haven't really posed too much of a threat to be worried about, but they're still in this game, bearing in mind. Alquazani now finding his teammate Bruma with an effort there, as you can see, as Managon's forced into the save, and it goes out for a corner kick. They're not going to be giving up, though, that's for sure, as they have another corner. This time they favour over to whip the ball in. Horta with a ball in there. Melo hits it out there on the head there as it falls out to Ray. Ray onto Zamakicha. Zamakicha to Aribi Mai. Aribi Mai onto Zalazar. It's a great bit of effort, but once again, Malagon strong in between the sticks. He does so well to save that one. Really not too sure where this form has come from, to be honest. He's going up the rating. He's 82 rated now, but he's really doing well in between the sticks, that's for sure, and he's proving his worth, that is for certain, as Melo gets taken out on that moment, and the referee doesn't seem happy about that one. I wasn't too sure if there was much in it initially, but let's see if we can actually have a decision from the referee, and Bruma has been sent off. Braga down to 10 men, and they will be out without a left winger for the rest of this tie. If things weren't already getting bad, it's gone from bad to worse, and I'd say that's a yellow card. That's a really soft red in my opinion. I didn't really think that was going to be a red whatsoever, but a red card it is. And into the second half we now go. They're down to 10 men, and we started the second half really slowly. In fairness, nothing really created from our side in terms of shots and things like that. A decent save from Malagon there once again, but nothing really kind of to poise too much for it. But with 15 minutes left to go in the second half, we look to see if we can kind of put the game to bed as Dylan Pereira picks it up in the middle, finding Rob Cameron. Cameron to the left hand side of Adrian Lee there as he cuts in on the right. He does really well in fairness. Not much support around him as he gets taken out there, and that will be another player in the book. A lot of discipline we're kind of lacking in this side of Braga in fairness, and I'm lucky to be able to see if that's a red card. It's a yellow card on this particular occasion. I thought that was worse than the challenge that Bruma made, but that's just my kind of opinion in that one. But we make some substitutions there. Keanu Dyer coming on for Rob Cameron, again another player with not much minutes. Leon coming on for Palacio, and Diarra also well, we was going to put Diarra on for Chris Rigg, but we've got for Cruz on for Sarr, and then for the left mid we've gone for Moreno for Adrian Lee. So 9 minutes left to play in the tie. Just trying to see it out. We've got a 2-goal advantage. We can't really seem to throw this point away, in fairness, and if we do, it'll be very embarrassing, that's for sure. Ray finding his teammate Zalazar over to El Ghazani. A bit of a move here. He could make it an edgy last five if they get something from here. Horta now looking to see if he can turn around the defenders. He does well, but a decent save from Malagon. It goes out for a corner kick, but that was she all wrote for Braga. It was Tenerife 1, Braga 0, 3-1 in aggregate anyway, and the Spanish side cruise over to the last 8 of the Europa League. Really, really good victory against the Portuguese side. I felt like when they went down to 10 men, the game just kind of died. We didn't really create anything for ourselves, and neither did they. It was a bit annoying, to be honest, because I felt like the game had a decent bit of fluidity to what it was previously with 11 men. But one of those, we are through. That is the main thing, and a really, really big performance against a decent side, and we've proved our worth again in the European competition. But back to league action now as we face Real Goza, a team that is absolutely struggling. I think they're sitting 18th in the Liga at this moment in time, and it's a bit nip and tuck. I think it was like it last season where they could have gone down and they just stayed up, and I think this is going to be the occasion this time round. But the Malagon in goal, Melo, Vasquez, Kouassi and Mikic as your back four, with James, Buer, Didi, Ruiz, Cruz as your midfield, Alvarez just ahead, and Geraldo Becker coming back in as the lone striker. A bit of a stronger side to play a weaker side. It makes you laugh, doesn't it? But this is what we've got available for ourselves, and it's definitely a worthy enough team to get the job done against the Spanish side, Real Zaragoza. We're in a strange part of the league at this moment in time, because we've still got a chance to win the title, which is very surprising to myself. We've actually been able to kind of creep up a little bit in the coming games. It's been really surprising. So just kind of taking it every game by game and just seeing what kind of happens. In fairness, I'm not really too focused on that, as Marcel Ruiz has a decent effort. I'm not really too focused on that at this current time, for the simple fact is it's just trying to see if we can just get top 4, and if we can achieve anything else but that, then I'll be really happy. I kind of just kind of getting on with it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a strange situation. I thought we was kind of down and out at one point, but we're not. A really good save from Malagon there, as you can see, in the 11th minute. But yeah, really, really strange. So let's see what happens in the rest of this kind of games. I think we've got about 2 or 3 episodes left. I would say maybe 4. And it's really kind of crunch time into the latter parts of the season, that's for sure. But games like this are definitely winnable, but it's really hard to come against a side that's kind of batting at the bottom, because they're going to want points also after Marcel Ruiz makes a really good interception. Daniel James, I can't say that to say it for himself though, after a poor tackle as advantage being played. Quentin now with a chance, and it's straight at Malagon. It's an easy save, that's for sure, and he looks to offload it to the right hand side of Luzmi Cruz there, as you can see. Cruz now finding Alvarez. Cruz making the overlapping run. Decent run from Cruz. Geraldo Becker in support at the same time. Becker now picks it up. He's got a lot to do, but he knows he can do it on himself. He runs into the box, he skips past his man, and it hits the post. Really unlucky as it falls out to Daniel James. Still in possession of Tenerife as it falls out to Buadidi. Now Marcel Ruiz, he's got a chance to be able to skip round the defence, and he does. He finds the gap, he runs into it, and that's a superb finish from Marcel Ruiz. Tenerife 1, Real Zaragoza 0, and we've opened up the scoring with 30 minutes played in the first half. A very edgy first half, in fairness. As I mentioned, when you're coming against the teams at the bottom of the table, they really fight, and you expect to get a real good result against them, and you always think they're a kind of a slight pushover to an extent, but at the same time, I feel like they're always quite tough games, and we fielded a very good side against Real Zaragoza, but at the same time, it's a very, very difficult game to play, but very happy with that one. Marcel Ruiz on the score sheet once again. He's had a few goals this season. He's actually contributed quite well, and I know he's had constant messages about his game time and things like that, but he seems very happy as a player at this moment in time. So hopefully that continues, and hopefully we're able to grab the win in at this tie as Real Zaragoza look to be able to see if they can do anything in this moment as Bazar looks to try and go forward, but a decent interception from Kouassi. Mikic now looking to follow that up there as it's still in play for Real Zaragoza, trying to see if they can do something. Quentin now on the box, trying to find Bazar, trying to do something, but once again stopped in their tracks as Daniel James looks to play a 1-2. He was given a yellow for that impediment before the goal on that one in the first half for that goal, and then Malagon with a decent save there. As you can see, as Melo looks to kind of get rid of the ball, and he finds Daniel James in support. James now striding forward, using his pace there, but he's got not many in support, but he finds Geraldo Becker, looks to play a 1-2 with Becker, and he does exactly that there. James now trying to see if he can find Becker once again, turning and twisting past his man. He looks to find a ball over to the top there. Luzmi Cruz latches onto it, a ball in, it's Carlos Alvarez, what a ball, and if only a defender wasn't there to block it, I reckon that would have been a great chance in goal, but not to be on that occasion. And now into the second half, 20 minutes left to play, and it's very similar to the Braga game. There's not really much happening, in fairness. Both sides cancelling each other out, and both sides not really knowing what to do in this latter parts of the second half. Decent interception from Marcel Ruiz on the edge of the box there, though, as he looks to stride forward and create some play for himself. Now Alvarez now finding Geraldo Becker, and it's a lovely ball to Becker. He's got a lot to do from that position, but we know he can do it. But that's a super save from Rushworth, I have to say, and it looks to be the end of that particular attack. Substitutions now, James and Buadidi off, Moreno and Diarra now coming onto the pitch to be able to play out the last few minutes in this side, just trying to solidify up the middle and try and see if we can have a bit more of an attacking option, that's for sure, as Melo finds Moreno. First touches for Moreno, we know he's got pace, and we know he's got a fair bit of skill, in fairness, as he looks to find Geraldo Becker. He wins the header, back to Moreno it goes. Moreno looks to stride forward there, trying to find Becker once again, and he does exactly that. It's a great ball to Becker, in fairness. Becker's in support, he's got a lot of bit time, and he's found the back of the net to make it Tenerife 2, Real Zaragoza 0, and that puts the game to bed. It's been a very tame affair between the two sides, in fairness. Not really much creative from either side, and I have to say that we've only just had two chances displayed to us and we've taken it. I can't really say much in that way because I don't think it's been the best of performance from either side, but it seems to be that we've just taken the chances that are displayed for us, and we've got the victory. A big 3 points in the Liga, and it keeps up our form, that's for sure. Keeps up on the road to be able to be in top 4 at the same time also, and I think it's the same type thing. We're just on track for what we want to achieve this particular season, and that's exactly what means most to us, in fairness. Really good effort from Geraldo Becker to get the goal at the end. Really happy with the support and everything else, and it just seems to be that we're on the right track, and that's exactly where we want to be at this moment in time. So really happy, a big win at home, and striding further forward. Malagon posted on social media to say, great to see my name on top of the clean sheets charts. Big credit goes to defenders in front of me though. 10 clean sheets, 27 games played, 29 goals conceded, an average rating of 7.2, and his transfer value has gone up to 15 million, bearing in mind we didn't pay a penny for him. He's got much better, I have to say. He's got much better. I couldn't really rely on him at one point, but really doing well. I'm really happy with the efforts he's displayed on the pitch, that's for sure. Unfortunately, he couldn't keep a clean sheet in this particular affair as we probably get 3-2 against Granada. Waldo actually scoring against us, his old side. But Yanis and Hadji with 2, Daniel James with 1, and it did solidify a win nevertheless. Not too fussed how we win as long as we do it in them particular simulation games because it is very much 50-50. But now we have a big one, the Copa de España tie, the semi-final second leg. A chance to be able to put ourselves into the final for a second time in a row. The previous tie ending up on 2-2 as we simulated the first game, but looking to be able to see what we can do in this second game. It's going to be a tough tie, that's for sure, but this is the lineup. Malagon in goal, Cancelo, Palacios, Spiliers, Mikic, James, Buadidi, Ruiz. On to the right hand side we have got Luzmi Cruz. Now in further forward we've got Carlos Alvarez and Geraldo Becker as the lone striker. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be a big tie against Sevilla, and it's always proved to be a very good contest between the two sides. Let's see if we can get ourselves a victory, and let's see if we can get ourselves through to the next round being the final. Our Copa de España finals kind of I've always been I mean getting near to the final has always been quite good for ourselves in fairness. So let's see if we can continue it. Now, as you can see, Marcel Ruiz on the ball, trying to get something going, and the most strangest thing happened I've seen, to be honest. Carlos Alvarez has been wiped out, even though he wasn't on the ball, and we've already got a red card. Dribble So has been sent off for Sevilla in 8 minutes of game time in the tie, and that is absolutely mad. As you can see, Alvarez nowhere near the ball. He tries to go for the ball where Ruiz is on, and he completely wipes out the wrong player, and the referee is right to do so, and that is a red card. It's just so strange to see the AI copying so many red cards at this moment in time, something that we didn't see in normal, and it probably hasn't happened for X amount of seasons, but all of a sudden it's just a spiral of red cards. It's really surprising to see. But we look to go on the attack now as Marcel Ruiz strides forward, finding Buadidi. Back to Ruiz it goes there. A chance for Ruiz, and that's a super save from the keeper, and that goes out for a corner kick there. Pressure mounting for Tenerife to put the pressure on Sevilla as the corner kick is to be taken by Luzmi Cruz. Ball whips into the area. Palacio is there. He doesn't really kind of latch onto the header, unfortunately, as Mir now on the left-hand side tries to be able to get the ball away from danger, as now Jordan on the ball, finding his teammate on the left-hand side, scooping past the Mikic to the right-hand side there, as you can see, as Palacio looks to cover. The pace is unbelievable from the left-hand side there, as you can see, as he looks to go back to find Juve. Juve now looking to go back onto his teammate there with a ball into the area potentially, and the ball in the area is being played. Advantage as well also being played as Carmona finding Jordan. Jordan to Mir. Mir's got a chance, but he can't seem to get the pass off as Buadidi makes the interception, finding Daniel James now. James making a 1-2 as Geraldo Becker, as we look to be able to stride forward and create an opportunity for ourselves. Becker in support. James sees that. Becker now on chance. He's got his chance, and that's a great effort, but the keeper saves it, and you put your house on him scoring it from that range, but not to be on that occasion. Corner kick to be taken by Daniel James. Ball whipped in there. Palacio, it's Becker, and it's hit the post. Two chances in very close proximity for Geraldo Becker, but not to be on this occasion, and he's still yet to find the back of the net after some great chances. Really, really frustrating, because we know he's got it in the locker. It's just when it is getting unlocked. 20 minutes into the tie, and it's really been a back and forth affair, to be honest, and the 10 men has sort of opened up the game, which is very surprising to see. You would kind of feel like Sevilla would sit on the back foot, but maybe they want to get a few goals to be able to sit on it and really kind of shore up this game. But Mikic with a really strong challenge there, as you can see, looking to find his teammate Buadidi. On the right hand side is Alvarez. Really good play so far. Alvarez now striding forward. Geraldo Becker in support, bearing in mind he turns his man. Becker's still there in support, but Alvarez fancies himself to run into the gap. He's done exactly that, but straight at the keeper. Rebound, and what a double save that is from the keeper. How he's kind of saved that, I do not know. Corner whipped in. Palacio gets a knock to it, but not to be done much there, as you can see, as Alvarez now finding his teammate Geraldo Becker, and the save made by the keeper once again. This keeper is on smoke at the moment. He is doing his job, that's for sure, making save after save. Now Marcel Ruiz with the effort, and of course another save. Chances flying in left, right and centre, and we could have scored about 3 or 4 goals by now, but corner whipped in. Palacio can't reach it, but he gets the rebound, and it's another save from the keeper. How this keeper is pulling off these particular saves, I am not too sure. You should be seeing loads of goals in this first half, because the keeper is absolutely balling. Unbelievable stuff from the Sevilla man between the sticks, and Sevilla now striding forward, but João Cancelo is stopping him in his tracks, and we're playing some good football defensively and attacking wise, as Geraldo Becker striding forward. Could be this moment for Tenerife there. He looks to get past his man. He definitely does so, and he finally finds the back of the net. The keeper's made a numerous amount of saves in the first half, but this time round he's not able to do so, and we get our goal. It's going to be now a 3-2 on aggregate, but a 1-0 in game at this moment in time, and that is a super effort from Geraldo Becker, curling it round into the top corner. A very unorthodox angle, but he does so well in that position, and he gets his goal. So we've finally broken the deadlock against 10 men Sevilla. Let's see what happens in the rest of the game, as Sevilla look to go up the other end and score themselves here. As you can see, Carmona on the right hand side, denied by João Cancelo. He's having a very good game, in fairness to himself, as Daniel James looks to make a 1-2. He's still making the run at the same time. Geraldo Becker plays him in. Could this be a sucker punch blow for Sevilla? Daniel James striding forward. It could be in, and what an effort. But once again, the keeper on his toes. As much as he's conceded a goal already, he's still trying to prove his worth in between the sticks and make it as hard for us for Tenerife as possible, as Alvarez wins back the play in dangerous area there. As Geraldo Becker is there, he looks to win the header. Can't seem to do much in that particular scenario. Now it's Sevilla's chance to be able to see if they can hit ourselves on the counter-attack and potentially get a goal just before the half-time whistle. 44 minutes on the clock, and it's really poising a threat from this particular attacking position as Carmona on the right-hand side looks to be able to see if he can run past João Cancelo. Does really well to be able to see if he can get himself into the box, but it's a decent block, and it goes out for a corner kick. Into the second half now, and we look to be able to see if we can create some sort of attack for ourselves straight away as Geraldo Becker now finding his teammate Carlos Alvarez. Does well to defender, but Carlos Alvarez gets back onto it. It's a big mistake, and Geraldo Becker is going to make the most of that. Carlos Alvarez nice and alert, and Geraldo Becker a monster goals once again. It's Sevilla 0, Tenerife 2, and it's also 4-2 on aggregate. Really good stuff there from Carlos Alvarez, being persistent in the challenge and making sure that he was able to retrieve the ball when Geraldo Becker was open in space. Becker took his one touch, he bumps it home into the back of the net, and that is a super goal from Geraldo Becker. With that slight goal advantage now, you can only feel like this is our game to win, but you just still never know, that's for sure. As Sevilla now looking to stride forward, Carmona on the right hand side looking to get the ball into the air. It's a decent ball, super save from Malagon. Mikic can't clear, header being won by Mir. Mir still in possession in the box, Carmona on the ball, now Mir once again, super save. It's Carmona with the header, and they have got a goal back. It's Sevilla 1, Tenerife 2. It's 4-3 on aggregate. 10 men Sevilla fighting back in this particular game, and they have a chance to be able to get themselves back into this tie. Super bit of persistence, poor clearances from Tenerife, and it's unfortunately a goal for themselves. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, it was just the poor clearances. The initial saves from Malagon was superb, and he couldn't do enough in that situation to make it as hard as possible for the attackers of Sevilla, but unfortunately that was the end of that one, and they did get their goal. So in going further forward into the tie, 60 minutes on the clock, Sevilla will fancy their chances now, knowing they've got one goal. Can they get a second? Mir really trying to do so as he tries to shrug off the defenders. He finds Peque. Really good stuff, and that goes out for a corner kick. Corner kick was taken there, as you can see, as Carlos Alvarez looks to be able to play it out and not to be on that occasion, and Sevilla looks to be able to see if they can get the ball back into the area. Carmona on the right hand side trying to do something, but Cancelo strong in the challenge there, as you can see. Gets past his man, finding Daniel James on the left hand side. Counter-attacking move for Tenerife potentially, as now Becker finding his teammate Daniel James. Daniel James striding forward, not many in support, so he's going to have to do it by himself if he wants to do something. Becker now with his support, Becker now with a chance. He turns his man, it's a great shimmy past the defender, I have to say. But unfortunately not troubling the keeper on that particular occasion there, and it's really proving to be a tough tie against Sevilla, that's for sure. As a decent challenge in the middle, depossessed Marcel Ruiz. Mir now striding forward, many in support there, as you can see. A chance for Sevilla potentially to get themselves back into the tie, but a super challenge from Spiliers, clearing his lines. How he got to that one I'm not too sure, but now Marcel Ruiz striding forward, Carlos Alvarez in support. He finds Ruiz, now trying to see what he can do. Alvarez trying to get the ball forward. Carlos Alvarez. Carlos. Oh, how has he not scored that? But Becker has. Becker's got the goal. It's Sevilla 1, Tenerife 3, 5-3 on aggregate against 10 men Sevilla. And you could only think that books our place in the final of the Copa de España. It's been a super tie against the Spanish side. It's been an unbelievable game back and forth against 10 men Sevilla, a team that you would think they were down and out before they even started. I've managed to be able to conjure back so many different moments, but I don't think to be that it is going to be their moment for themselves to get themselves into the final. With 10 minutes left to play, they require 2 goals to take us into extra time, as Marcel Ruiz finds Buadidi now just holding on to the play. We know what we need to do, just keep the ball, just do what we need to do, and maybe have one last attack. You just never know. That Mikic on the right hand side trying to go forward, but it's hard to do so as Sevilla look to shut up shop in the last few minutes of the tie. Geraldo Becker over to Buadidi, 5 minutes left on the clock. Daniel James on the left hand side now, as you can see, passing it about really nicely in fairness. Cancelo trying to get the ball over, but a poor pass means an interception from Mir. Now Mir striding forward, trying to do something in this moment there, as you can see, finding his team out on the left hand side. If they were to get a goal, they'd make it an edgy last few minutes, but I'm not too sure if that's the case. Mikic with a very strong challenge, but it will be a severe throw, and this is a chance from the throw-in to be able to see if they can create something for one last time. It would be potentially a consolation goal, but at the same time they've definitely kind of been really strong in this game, but a real good chance as Mikic couldn't clear. Spiliers now trying to put off the attacker, and they have got their goal. It's Sevilla 2, Tenerife 3. But I can only think it's not enough for themselves, because there won't be that much added on in this particular tie. A very, very good finish though, nevertheless, and there was not much Spiliers could do in that moment inside, and they cannot deny that they haven't fought back as much as they possibly could. But full-time whistle has been blown, and we are through to the Copa de España final. In the end, it was Sevilla 2, Tenerife 3. It was 5-4 on aggregate in the end. A massive, massive tie against a big, big side. Geraldo Becker getting 3 goals. He's got his hat-trick. He's got the match ball. He'll be happy, that's for sure. And that is a big, big win. That's in our second Copa de España final in a row, and it looks to be that we'll be facing Barcelona. And also, we have got our tie for the next round of the Europa League, and who would you believe it? We are facing Osasuna in the last 8 of the Europa League, so an all-Spanish tie in the last 8 of the Europa League, which is really interesting to see. I didn't expect that by any means, that's for sure. And let's see what we can do in that tie as we come to it in the next episode. But this is the table there. Granada, Real Zaragoza and Real Valenciano all at the bottom still, not doing well for their perspectives whatsoever. Looking at the top 4, we've got Barcelona, Tenerife, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. They seem to be the ones in the running, and we are 2 points off of Barcelona. We have really crept up, and we've gained a little bit of an advantage over the other sides, being Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, but there's only 2 points in it, so it only takes for us to draw and then for win to get themselves back in it. We've played 29, we've won 18, we've drawn 7 and we've lost 4. Currently sitting on 61 points, 2 points behind Barcelona, but 2 points ahead Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. So all to play for still, that's for sure, and it's really, really kind of knuckling down to the narrow points of the season, that's for sure. But we will see what happens in the following episodes. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.